SpaceX and Boeing, two aerospace giants with completely different approaches to project management. While Boeing's traditional highly structured waterfall approach has been the industry standard for decades, SpaceX has embraced a flexible, agile-inspired approach, moving fast, iterating rapidly, and learning from every launch. What does this stark contrast reveal about the future of project management across industries? Let's explore. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: how agile-inspired principles are changing the game in project management, even in industries that have traditionally relied on the structured, step-by-step waterfall model. With SpaceX's rapid, iterative approach standing in stark contrast to Boeing's tried and true methods, the question isn't whether agile principles will shape the future of project management, it's how. From healthcare to government projects, we're seeing a major shift, where hybrid models are blending waterfall's reliability with agile's adaptability. So how did this transformation start, and where is it headed?
The roots of waterfall project management go back to the 1950s and 60s, and it has since provided a backbone for industries that require precise planning and strict control, like aerospace, construction, and pharmaceuticals. Boeing has long epitomized this approach, carefully adhering to a phase-by-phase process to mitigate risks and ensure compliance. But in 2001, the Agile Manifesto introduced a new approach, focused on continuous improvement, customer feedback, and iterative progress. Agile gained traction in software development and quickly proved effective in handling evolving requirements and delivering incremental value. Soon, companies in traditionally waterfall-heavy fields began taking notice. Around the mid-2000s, certain organizations began experimenting with agile principles. NASA, for example, introduced iterative testing in its Curiosity rover project, conducting component-level tests to address risks as they arose rather than waiting for final integration. Ford also took steps toward agility in collaboration with Microsoft by developing the Sync infotainment system, a major departure from the automotive industry's one-time release model. Another notable example is GE's FastWorks program, which implemented agile and lean principles into product development, allowing GE to adjust to customer feedback and speed up production while keeping waterfall structure in place. The ongoing contrast between SpaceX and Boeing highlights how visible this shift has become. While Boeing follows its traditional waterfall-based approach, demonstrated by the linear development process used in the 787 Dreamliner, SpaceX has taken a completely different path. SpaceX's agile-inspired methods emphasize rapid iteration, with public test launches and constant adjustments based on real-time results, as seen with the Starship project. By learning from failures and focusing on incremental improvements, SpaceX has inspired a cultural shift that shows agile principles can be incredibly effective in high-stakes, complex industries. This agile versus waterfall contrast in aerospace has sparked broader conversations about adopting agile in industries that once relied solely on waterfall methods. Other recent examples emphasize how agile principles are reshaping traditionally structured industries. Pfizer took an agile-inspired approach with the development of its COVID-19 vaccine, running parallel trials and adjusting based on real-time data. This approach, which is unusual in pharmaceuticals due to strict regulations, allowed Pfizer to deliver a life-saving vaccine in record time. Tesla has also embraced agile principles in automotive development, delivering over-the-air updates for its Model S and allowing for continuous improvement, a revolutionary step in vehicle design and consumer expectations. The impact of this shift extends into government and public sector projects as well, where traditionally rigid processes have long been the norm due to compliance, security, and accountability requirements. For instance, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs recently used a hybrid model combining agile and waterfall elements in its Electronic Health Record Modernization (EEHRM) project. This massive undertaking aims to digitize veterans' health records, and an agile approach allowed for incremental improvements, adapting to challenges in real time without halting the overall project. In the United Kingdom, the Government Digital Service, GDS, has been a leader in agile adoption within government. Projects such as gov.uk, the digital platform for public services, utilized agile principles to roll out features incrementally. This shift to a more adaptive project management model allowed the team to integrate user feedback continuously, improving the platform while keeping security and transparency in mind. These examples showcase how governments are embracing agility, allowing projects to move faster and better respond to the needs of citizens. Today, agile-inspired practices are becoming more common across industries, including the traditionally structured government sector. Here's what we can expect in the near future. Outcome-focused RFPs are replacing prescriptive requirements, giving providers room to innovate and remain flexible. This shift is significant in government contracts, where departments are learning that providing room for adaptive solutions can lead to better service delivery. Phased, milestone-based contracts are also gaining traction, moving away from fixed-price models. By creating modular contracts, especially in public sector projects, governments and organizations can accommodate adjustments, improve cost transparency, and reduce risks associated with rigid scopes. Cross-functional collaboration is also on the rise, as it enables faster feedback and reduces bottlenecks. With the adoption of AI and automation, we're likely to see even greater transformation. AI-powered project tools allow for predictive analytics, real-time data tracking, and risk mitigation, providing even the most waterfall-heavy projects with tools for quick adaptation. This shift toward automation in project management could reshape how organizations manage scope changes, schedule adjustments, and resource allocation. But this shift isn't without its challenges. First, cultural resistance to change can be a major hurdle, especially in organizations accustomed to structured roles and phase-by-phase planning. Team members may be resistant to moving from a predictable model to one that requires continuous adaptation. Balancing structure with flexibility can also be tricky, as hybrid approaches need just the right mix to avoid becoming either too rigid or too loose. Another challenge is managing complex project planning and scheduling. Coordinating iterative cycles with waterfall-style phases can create dependencies that, if mismanaged, can lead to project delays. Adapting RFPs and contracts to support outcome-focused, phased contracts is also a significant hurdle, especially for procurement teams used to detailed, fixed-scope contracts. Stakeholder expectations can pose yet another challenge, as they may be accustomed to precise timelines and clear milestones. With agile-inspired practices, managing their expectations and keeping them informed of ongoing changes is crucial. Then there's resource allocation and budgeting complexity. Hybrid approaches require flexible budgeting, which can be tough for teams used to fixed budgets. And in regulated industries, compliance requirements can make it difficult to maintain the pace of agile-inspired development. Organizations will need strategies for incremental compliance checks that align with iterative cycles. Last but not least, there's the challenge of scope creep and project drift. Agile-inspired practices can lead to scope changes that, if not carefully managed, can derail the project. Regular scope reviews and clear boundaries are essential to prevent these issues. Moving forward, this shift toward hybrid agile waterfall models will have far-reaching impacts. For those issuing RFPs, particularly in government, it will require a shift to more flexible, outcome-based requirements, enabling providers to propose creative, adaptive solutions. Service providers responding to RFPs will need to highlight agile competencies, offering phased pricing and adaptive project models that better align with evolving needs. Implementation teams will be tasked with balancing structured planning and iterative development, making use of cross-functional teams to deliver value in incremental cycles. Industries across the board are expected to adapt to this agile waterfall hybridization. In healthcare, for example, hybrid approaches can help manage regulatory demands while allowing for real-time data analysis. In construction, agile-inspired practices can improve risk management and adaptability to environmental challenges. As we see with SpaceX and Boeing, the impacts of adopting agile practices extend well beyond the private sector, with government agencies also embracing agility to enhance service delivery, compliance, and user engagement. This shift affects all areas of project management. RFP issuers are adopting flexible, outcome-oriented approaches, allowing for innovation and iterative development. Service providers are bringing forward adaptive solutions and agile competencies to remain competitive. Implementation teams are blending structured planning with agile cycles, resulting in a more flexible yet reliable process for delivering value to clients. In summary, we're witnessing a pivotal moment in project management, where agile-inspired approaches are redefining what's possible, even in industries that once relied on highly structured waterfall methodologies. The comparison between SpaceX's rapid, iterative approach and Boeing's traditional methods highlights just how powerful this shift can be. Agile principles are helping organizations achieve faster innovation, better alignment with client needs, and more adaptive project outcomes.
What are your thoughts on the shift towards agile-inspired project management? How is it impacting your industry? Let's discuss in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with those who are likely to be interested.
Thanks for watching and stay innovative.